To our first story, result from the Agribusiness Tracker conducted by the Ghana Statistical Service as well as the United Nations Department Program indicates that although all sectors of the economy have been affected by COVID-19, the agri sector remains resolute. According to government statistician Professor Annim, the survey reveals that about 33,000 agribusiness were closed down during the lockdown periods to control the spread of the pandemic. He's been explaining to Joy Business what exactly this means.
I would start by indicating that agribusinesses trans all the three sectors. Agribusinesses, you find it in agriculture, you find it in services, and you find it in industry sector. So one would have to be very careful comparing agribusinesses with the industry and the services sector because it cuts across the three sectors. But if you're looking at agricultural on its own relative to the other two sectors, as we've indicated in our GDP releases and in the earlier trackers, the agricultural sector was relatively resolute to the pandemic in terms of its impact relative to the other sectors, i.e. if you look at the impact on the industry and the services sector, they were more impacting relative to the agriculture sector. What we are seeing from the agribusiness here is the numbers that we want to put on the impact. That is why we are looking at the pre-COVID-19 performance during the lockdown and the post-lockdown. And I think the headline story is that if we go into our register of businesses, based on the 2015 register that we compiled, we had 12,538 of agribusinesses that had closed down over the period September 2019 to March 2019. So this was pre-COVID-19. During the COVID-19 period, obviously, these numbers shot up to 28,916, and this was expected because of the lockdown period that we were in. And now the question is, following the post-lockdown period, what are we seeing? And we are now seeing 16,091 agribusinesses that are locked down. So if you compare the 16,091 agribusinesses that are currently locked down with the 12,000 that were locked down during the pre-COVID-19 period, then clearly we are talking about approximately 4,000 agribusinesses that have not recovered. But again, if you look at it relative to the other sectors, we see a lot more agribusinesses responding to recovery interventions relative to the industry and the services sector that are not into agribusiness.